welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, and it is the special Human Rights edition.
Yeah.
And something else that is also back is the Constitution Hill Human Rights Festival. Now, each year, the three-day event celebrates the progress South Africa has made in achieving human rights while reminding the public that there is still so much to be done to bring about true equality. Now, the event, which is free to the public, it is a combination of conversations, exhibitions, art, film, live performances, and today is the last day of the festivities, and that's why we are joined online by Nolu Babalo Mamise, Visitor Services Manager and Ambassador for Constitution Hill. Welcome her to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Zoe. Thank you.
This is really fantastic, Nolu Babalo. I read that this year's festival coincides with the 25th anniversary of the adoption of our Constitution, which without a doubt is a major cause for celebration. So halala to that. But how is this being commemorated at the festival this year?
We're obviously excited to be back on site again with all our stakeholders instead of being online, which is what had happened in the last 2 years. But everything, so all the dialogues, all the conversations, all the film, the expressions, the exhibitions, they are all tied into the Constitution, right? So the Constitution is the core focus of everything that we're doing. So for example, you have your socioeconomic rights activists, you have Section 27, SERI, that kind of a thing. You have UNICEF as one of our partners. We have Brand SA, the Department of Health Gauteng, COMSA, which is for refugee rights. So every single aspect of what we're doing in the 3 days, with today being day 4, is completely tied into the Constitution.
Well, we have one of the best constitutions in the world. And Nolu Babalo, I want to know from you, 26 years into our democracy, I think many of us, especially the born frees, are frustrated by the ideals not yet achieved. How is the Constitution Hill Human Rights Festival helping to fuel those conversations and make sure that that passion is there for the youth, especially for those who want to be part of seeing that change being implemented?
Something very touching that I always start off with is in a room of 30, 60 young people, and you ask them how many of you have held a copy of the Constitution in your hand. 1 or 2 hands will go up. But by the same token, in a room of 60 educators who teach life orientation or history, you ask the same question, 1 or 2 hands go up. So for us, I think the festival is about creating that awareness. You have no idea how very few South Africans have interacted with the Constitution, one, know what the provisions of the Constitution are, two. So there's no way that we can actually even mobilize to have these ideals realized if we don't know what the Constitution even says. So the nice thing about the festival is it was so sweet yesterday. Moms and dads were dancing with little ones in front of the stage with one of the performances in the afternoon. So having this vibrant, safe space for everybody, first of all, to be at, it sparks that interest you speak about. But obviously, once you are then at the activism role, literally most of your NGO and your civil society movements are still at the activism role, where you can walk around and interact with the different rights that they all fight for. So there's obviously your LGBTIQ rights. There's, as I said, education rights, children's rights. We have Play Africa doing little plays and little mood courts with little ones. What a wonderful way to introduce the topic to a 5-year-old, for example.
Now, we know that today is the last day of the festivities, which, I'm sad about because, you almost wish that we could stretch this out for as long as possible. We want this going on forever. But which highlights can the people coming through expect to see today?
Okay, so the big thing about today is every single one of our tours is completely complimentary. So we are a museum. I know that we are an activist site. We are in the for all these dialogues, but we are first and foremost a museum. And so people would normally buy tickets to come and enjoy any one of our tours, but today everything's completely free. So you bring your families, you bring the teenagers, you bring the born frees. And I can tell you, at the end of a 1-hour highlight tour, you've planted a seed in that born free, and that born free will become someone who will maybe be a catalyst for change in some way. So please, the important thing for me, come to the complimentary tours, find out what everything's all about, find out what this day is commemorating, who are the heroes who were on site and what had happened to them. And then obviously we still have dialogues. We've got film, art exhibitions, food and craft stalls. We've got a little kiddie section, so please don't be afraid to bring the little ones. Play Africa is on site, and they look after them very well. And so for me, start off with the tour, join the dialogues, and end off at the activism world, so you can find out how. So that's our call to action, right? Find out how you can play a part in making a better South Africa for all.
Oh, brilliant. Nolu Babalo, thank you so much for your time and all the best for the last day of the festivities. Oh, something for everyone, something for the whole family. So don't miss out on the chance to enjoy the Constitution Hill Human Rights Festival. Today's events include a social forum, book fair, live music, and a maker's market. What better way to enjoy your right to leisure and recreation on this Human Rights Day?